So for people that may not know me, I am actually in Texas. I am in Austin, Texas. I'm currently walking my dogs right now, and I am a Democrat. When I say that, I actually mean a Democrat. I'm a precinct chair in the state of Texas, specifically here in Austin. I haven't kept my opinions about the Democratic Senate race here in Texas for the primary between Jasmine Crockett and James Talarico. I think people understand that I'm generally in support of James Talarico for various reasons, and we'll get into that a little bit. But this video is going to be kind of long, so stick with it. Now, even though I've been generally in support of James Talarico over Jasmine Crockett, I really don't make up my mind about who I will vote for in a primary until at least the first debate. And the reason for that is there's some sort of thing about what a candidate will or will not focus on during a live debate. Even though debates themselves are generally useless, to be honest, they're generally useless. They don't really convince people much of anything. People go in with their biases and they're already convinced. And generally speaking, debates themselves are too short to get into in-depth policy, which is something I actually care about. And the debate between James Talarico and Jasmine Crockett was no different. It was not focused on policy, but more on style. But style does matter, and how you focus and talk about issues matters. And there is a significant difference, in my opinion, between the two. It is almost like Texas is being used as a case study to see what Democrats actually want between firebrandish progressives and more moderate people. And it's probably not who you think it is. Two of the biggest differences that happened during that debate were around the discussion about what should happen with ICE and what should happen with campaign contributions and rich moneyed interest. During the debate, one person said replace ICE and the other person said clean house in whatever form that may take. And then on top of that, one person said that all billionaires are a problem, including within the Democratic Party, and the other person chose to focus on Trump's billionaire buddies. Do you know which one is which? I'll pause it for a second. James Talarico is the one that said get rid of ICE, and Jasmine Crockett was the person that said, in whatever form that may take. James Talarico was the person that said all billionaires are a problem. Jasmine Crockett decided to focus on Trump's billionaire buddies. Now, because this is TikTok and I am clearly walking my dogs as the scene behind me is changing all the time, I am not going to splice in the actual debate stuff that happened. You're going to have to take my word for it, and if you don't, go watch the debate yourself. I can give you a timestamp in the comments for when that happened, because you can still watch it on YouTube. That's important though, right? The way they choose to focus on the problems that exist is important to solving those problems. Because essentially what Jasmine Crockett is saying that not all billionaires are the problem, only some of them are. ICE itself might not be the problem, it just needs a huge amount of reform. Both of those are acceptable answers for a general election. Both of those are acceptable answers for a liberal. But if you are a leftist, if you are progressive, if you are to the left of the general Democratic Party, the clear winner should be James Talarico on here. If you believe that billionaires themselves are a corrupting influence on politics, James Talarico's answer is the better answer. If you believe that ICE itself, not just its function, not just how it's being used, is a problem in and of itself, and it's not just the people in charge, then James Talarico's answer is better. Now, with all that said, if Jasmine Crockett wins the primary, I'm voting for her in the general election. And if you prefer Jasmine Crockett and she loses the primary, you should vote for James Talarico in the general election, because both of them are significantly better than anything the Republicans will put up for anybody. It is night and day. But in the primary, we can expect a little better. And if you're on the left at all, you should be supporting James Talarico. Not even talking about electability here, just talking about substance, and that's it. Not even style, substance. This was substance. But you know where I'm at with this. Let me know your thoughts.